Cybertruck is finally here. Obviously, we all seen the delivery event, but let's be honest, those were not really your regular customers, as we seen some CEOs there and like some kind of known people, let's put it that way. So I don't really consider this as an actual deliveries. However, recently there's already been quite a few posts here and there where actual normal regular people receiving them. And as of right now, they only delivering Foundation Series, which is cost $20,000 extra compared to the base price of a truck. And in today's video, I would like to dive into what do you actually get for this $20,000 extra. Let's dive into it. The list of items that you get with Foundation Series is actually quite comprehensive. I have it here and I will go over with you item by item, and I put in price for the items that I know the price, and in some other cases my just best guesses that I just have with my experience knowing Tesla. So bear with me, it's maybe not exact accurate math, but I think is as close as it can possibly get with information that we have, without actual configurator where you can choose each option by itself, like interior, tires, and vice versa. First of all, you get the laser etched Foundation Series badge, which is already kinda interesting in its own way because, well, I don't put much value into that. Not everybody into badges, like myself, I don't like badges, but I also seen on the internet a few very recent deliveries where people don't have those badges, so I'm not even sure if it's necessarily included, and I'm not sure if you can opt in or opt out of this. So for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna disregard this entirely. It just doesn't matter for the price point. The badging not really gonna do anything, at least in my head it doesn't. So what do you actually get monetary value wise for that extra $20,000? First, you get a 20-inch Cyber wheels with 35-inch tires. My very best guesstimate on this price is around $4,000 because this is how much premium wheels cost on other models, around $4,500. On Tesla, if you pick like an S or X, that's how much you would pay for premium wheels with tires, obviously. And also keep in mind, this is all-terrain tires coming with this option, not all-season, and those tires are typically a little bit more expensive, and because it is a truck, it is being marketed as an off-wheel vehicle for all those, you know, crazy adventures you can potentially have, so all-terrain tires make more sense than the base, more economical tires in this scenario. Next thing you get is white decor. Again, this is one of those question marks. We don't really know if the base models, well, not Foundation Series models, will get it as standard or not, because as of right now, the only ones we've seen was with white decor. But making an assumption, since they're calling it out specifically that you do get it versus not, I'm assuming that there will be a base version with just black or something more simplistic on just the base models. And again, making comparison to existing models, I make my estimate that it's gonna be at least $1,000 for this option. So that's adding up into a whole tally for the total. Next thing we get is, in my opinion, one of the most underestimated accessories, which not a lot of people have been talking about, which is PowerShare Home Backup. This is incredible value for anyone who is actually not in the middle of a big city, who have a single home or maybe even townhouse, and they're actually able to have control of their electricity. If you have solar or anything like this, you know how expensive those things are. Just for comparison, you can go on the Tesla website and take a look at their Powerwall offering. In order to get 123 kilowatt hour capacity battery for your home, that will literally cost you more than the Cybertruck alone in the Powerwalls. So the fact that you can hook it up to your house and that could be your backup battery, is incredible value. With the obviously big caveat, it's not for everyone. If you live in an apartment, you don't care. If you don't have maybe solar hookup, it's a little bit of a less value. If you just don't care, or maybe you already have some sort of like power walls or some generator, you probably don't care as much. Regardless, for many people, including myself, this is incredible value. And so what's included is universal wall connector, which is you can just go right now and buy on their website. It's $595. and they also include gateway, like a cabinet gateway. There is no exact price for this because they're not really selling this. It's included in the part of installation where you buy power walls or solar. However, I found quite a few people who's like reselling them and stuff like that. So the price is, at least for a brand new one, is $2,000. That's, again, this is my estimate, but I'm pretty confident about this number. Next, you get PowerShare mobile connector. So this is the connector that you get to charge from the back of your car with 240 volt to charge other AV. Now, it's not really clear if this mobile PowerShare connector is any different than existing mobile share, not share connector, just regular mobile connector. Existing one costs $230, and my assumption are they're probably the same because it's just 240 volt outlet. You just plug it in and charge whatever you want. So I'm going with assumption it's the same accessory, and therefore it's going to cost $230. So we're gonna add that to the total. And then we are getting lifetime premium connectivity. Now this one is a tricky one because it highly depends on how long you're gonna keep the car and even if you care about those functionalities. So what it's gonna give you is a satellite view maps, it's gonna give you live traffic data, it's gonna give you basically an internet access at all time without your Wi-Fi while you're on the road. Your car will still be able to navigate and still give you information up to date about the availability of chargers, but it's not going to be able to do like Netflix, you know, Disney Plus, streaming of music, stuff like that, like Spotify, if you don't have this subscription. This subscription is $10 a month, so I'm gonna go and just round it up to, let's say, $500 if you keep it for like 6 years. Again, it's a rough estimation. Obviously, it's gonna go either way for depending on how long you're planning to keep the vehicle, but there's still some value in it for sure. All other vehicles right now, keep in mind, if you buy Model X, Model S, Y3, you have to pay for this. So $10 a month, we're applying there. Now, next is a little bit of a question mark, but I still would like to address it. It's a premium accessories. Now, unless you capture this information while actually ordering your Cybertruck like I did, you actually don't have access to what's included in premium accessories. But I have a list and I would like to share it with you. So first you get all-weather interior liner. So this is just your floor mats. I know it sounds kind of weird that on $100,000 vehicles they don't come standard. Well, I guess here they do, but you know what I mean. It's something you would think you expect, but it's not. And honestly, with most of the other cars, it's not really included either. Those are valued at $295. They're already available in Tesla shop, so this is exact price. Then we have a glass roof sunshade. Just for those, you know, people in a little bit more southern regions in Florida, maybe Texas, California, if it's a little bit too hot during summer, or it's just too bright maybe for you, you have sensitive eyes, this is something you can apply, and Tesla charging it for $115. Then they include in the center console tray, so just a tray to put like little items in between. Gear locker dividers, that's actually a good one. They charging $45 for this one. This is on this little cabinet under your bed, you actually can put dividers to just kind of organize your little things slightly better. So I could see the use for it. And it's only $45. Then there's L-track hooks. And this is also where a little bit of a question mark. It says L-track hooks as in plural. Multiple, I'm sorry. So I'm not sure how many is they including of those hooks. Is it 1, is it 2, is it 8? I don't really know, because you can't really do much with one. You kind of have to have at least 2 at the very minimum to do anything with it, because you have to tie it on both ends. But the value is only $25, so I'm not really, you know, overthinking it too much. Let's just put $25, let's assume it's a 1 and just go with that. And then they also including L-track bottle opener. That's a very silly one, especially, you know, you're not really supposed to drink and drive, obviously, but let's assume it's for old style Coca-Cola bottles, right? So that's also priced at $25, and that's going to be included with your Foundation Series. Now, all that together, this is the price for everything that I just mentioned, right? So, and then there's one more addition that you do get with Foundation Series, which is the highest value ever and the most questionable one, in my opinion, as well. So this is full self self-driving feature? Well, first of all, it's not really full self-driving as of right now, as you're probably well aware. It's still in beta, there's a lot of functionality still not available, still kind of ongoing testing, but let's just forget about all that controversy. Let's assume it is there, let's assume it is what it is, how much it costs. So it is included in the price, but if you pre-ordered Cybertruck early on, you locked in the price of $7,000, so like I did. So technically my price, if I were to order right now a Cybertruck base model, my price for full self-driving is supposed to be $7,000, at least that's what was promised. Right now it costs $12,000, so this $5,000 in between difference, that's sort of like a gray area. I'm not sure if they just not acknowledging your early reservation, or is it just kind of making it put some premium on top of it, but at least $7,000 the value is, I guess, there if you were to buy it. So, and this is the comes out the total what you would get in all summary as a Foundation Series Cybertruck versus just the base truck. Now there's also one obvious caveat that I have to mention, that if you do decide to wait and buy a base Cybertruck and you're eligible, then you will qualify for tax credit. Not everybody is eligible, so make sure that you actually are, unless otherwise you just don't care. And also the base price $79,990 is $10 away from a cutout point. So if you were to buy a single addition accessory, like an extra interior option or bigger wheels or anything, you will disqualify automatically. So keep that in mind. So even though some people will qualify for it and some trucks will qualify for it, like a very base bare bone option, we don't really know when you're going to be able to order those, and we don't really know how many they're going to be making, which also going to be affecting the lines, obviously. As of right now, there's been said that there's over 2 million reservations on it. I'm not sure how correct it is, I don't know how to verify this information, but it's been said by some people from Tesla directly, so we'll kind of have to take it as a face value. And in this case, people who order right now the Cybertruck will probably not see it for quite a few years, which makes this Foundation Series even more valuable in its way, because delivery is promised January to March of 2024, which is right around the corner. I'm one of those lucky people who was able to get invitation to actually order it. The only thing that I actually done for it is order it within like a first minute when the website for registration went up 4 years ago, or however many years ago it was. So I didn't do anything else. I'm not known to Tesla. I didn't contact me or anything. No NDAs. You did not sign in anything. The only thing is a part of a contract is that infamous language about just Cybertruck. For the first year, you are not allowed to resell it. Or let's rather put it, you are allowed to, but Tesla might go after you, and actually they might sue you for $50,000 in retribution, because they are saying that, you know, basically it's a very limited series, it is limited quantities and you're not supposed to sell it. However, it is still your truck, you're able to rent it, you're able to give it to your family, you just can't really like sell it with the paperwork, you know, and all that. And it's only limited for 1 year. I think it's very reasonable, and honestly, for a lot of people who gets kind of very loud about it, this is nothing new in automotive world. Lots of limited edition series cars, it's very common language, to be honest. So this is nothing new, it's absolutely normal, and frankly, it's maybe a good thing, because that will keep the price sort of like steady, at least for the first year, because otherwise we all know how resellers affect the market. The prices goes up, actual users cannot access the products, which is already very inaccessible to many, and now it's going to be even more expensive. So I see it as a good thing. I do plan to probably rent out mine just to compensate for, you know, price point, because obviously there's a lot of accessories. Not all of them I actually would love to purchase myself. Like, for example, honestly, I would probably avoid buying full self-driving because I don't value it as high as Tesla does. So I would probably save a little bit of money and not order it. But all other options honestly seems very reasonable. They have a very good value, and on a truck of this type you probably do want to have a bigger tires, you probably do want to have L hooks, you definitely want to have all-weather mats. So all those things kind of like a given, and not utilizing a power share if you're buying a Cybertruck, that just sounds absolutely crazy to me. But I do get it that maybe some people just live in apartments, so it's not applicable. With all this information, I hope you learned something interesting, and please let me know in the comments if I missed anything. Let me know if you are one of the lucky people who actually ordered a Foundation Series. And most importantly, subscribe, like this video, and I hope to see you very soon in my next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.